Here for a reaction, Arizona Attorney General and Senate candidate Mark Brnovich, along with Republican Congressman from Florida, Michael Waltz. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. I'll start with you, Mr. Attorney General. This is so offensive to me. They're saying that they're separated from their family, so each person would get $450,000. That's $900,000 that they would be paying these people. It's just, I cannot believe even anybody would even consider this.
Yeah, it's absolutely mind-boggling, Jason, and I appreciate you having me on again. But let's just put this in context. You know, Congressman Crenshaw mentions those terrible tragedies of the military families, but even the victims of 9/11 didn't get this kind of money. I mean, in the Biden administration literally is going to have the federal government snoop on your bank transactions, even if you've committed no crime and done nothing wrong, and yet they're going to allow people that broke the law to have the IRS send them $500,000 essentially of your taxpayer money. Think about that. President Biden cares more about the children in Haiti and Honduras than he does the children of American taxpayers. It's not only unspeakable, it's unconscionable, it's unconstitutional. And that's why we have so many lawsuits against the Biden administration, just trying to get them to obey the Constitution and care about the American taxpayers more than they care about people that have broken the law.
Yeah, abide by the Constitution and just abide by the laws that are already on the books. They have a duty and a responsibility to do that. Now, Congressman, I mean, we have open borders, and they say that the border is closed, but this is just more evidence that there are incentives to bring people, magnets, to come to the United States. And if you're trying to come north to the United States, you'd probably accelerate your time coming here because you think you're literally going to win the lottery.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. The tractor beam for around the world to come in the United States continues. Mexico has now said it's going to give people visas for the migrants along the way. And what has me so upset is with our borders wide open, with people coming from 60 to 70 countries, including people on the terrorist watch list. Meanwhile, you have 5,000 of the most hardened ISIS, Al-Qaeda, and Taliban terrorists released from Bagram prison in Afghanistan. We have no idea where they are. Now you have the Pentagon saying ISIS may be ready to strike us within 6 months. And lo and behold, we have an ISIS terror threat now in Northern Virginia against a specific threat against shopping malls. This isn't just an immigration issue. This isn't just taking jobs and services away from the American people issue. This is a national security issue, and we have a White House that's asleep at the switch.
Yeah, Mr. Attorney General, I went to go to one of the detention facilities there in Arizona while I was in Congress. There were people there from 150 different countries. These aren't just people surging from 1 or 2 or 3 countries. To Congressman Waltz's point, they come from all over the world. They know this is how they get there. Who's paying for all this to bring all these people? Is there any evidence of who's doing this? We know the drug cartel's involved, but do you have any other specifics?
You know, Jason, we are trying, and we've sent a letter recently to Facebook because they essentially are helping facilitate people illegally crossing our borders. And you know that border security is national security. And as the congressman just alluded to, we know the people on the terror watch list have been apprehended. But we also know that the cartels are becoming richer and more powerful as a result of Joe Biden and Cartel Kelly and his enablers in the U.S. Congress. So we need to be doing everything we can because it's not only the terror question, but it's the terrible issue of drugs. We know the price of fentanyl is falling now. We recently had seizures where, fentanyl was seized literally in one stop that could kill the entire population of Washington, D.C. So this is going to be a problem that's going to affect all of us, not only here in Arizona, but throughout this country. And shame on the Biden administration for not only decriminalizing, but now monetizing people breaking the law. This is not a crisis anymore. This is a catastrophe. And people are going to die as a result of Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, and Cartel Kelly. Shame on them.
Yeah, I know you're running against Senator Kelly, but there's little to no evidence that he's doing anything to curb what's going on, not only in Arizona, but across the whole. I mean, his president and his vice president, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, are absolutely, totally absent from this crisis. So, Congressman, it just begs the question, what are we to do? I mean, it seems as if Biden and Harris are doing everything they can to accelerate and bring in as many people as they possibly can before Republicans are able to get involved.
Yeah, I mean, we have some great attorney generals in Arizona and Florida, Texas, that they're doing what they can to stop this in the courts. We will have to get the majority back in the House, pray God, in just 12 months and fire Pelosi, send her back to her ice cream in California, I think, before we can do anything about it in the Congress. But meanwhile, America needs to understand that this isn't just a border problem. This is a national problem. These migrants are being shipped all over the country. We can't get any straight answers as to locations or where. Thank God for the New York Post that caught some of it. The drugs are being sent all over the country. I talk to veterans and others that aren't getting the services that they need, and our schools are being overwhelmed. Our medical services are being overwhelmed, and yet, we get a shoulder shrug from the border czar, and we get, I don't know what we're getting from the White House, but it's not much.
No, it's nothing. It's nothing.
I assure you.
Yes. Gentlemen, thank you for joining us tonight on Hannity.